Ruby, can you come in here really quickly?
Hey Dad, what's up?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about your mother and the disease she had before she passed away. Now, you know she had Huntington's and it caused her to pass away, and I'm worried that you might have the disease too. And I would really feel better if you would get your genome sequenced to find out.
But I don't want to get my genome sequenced.
Well, maybe you could find out some more facts about it. Maybe you could see a counselor.
But why would I want to know that I have this disease? I would be living my life in fear and not be happy ever.
Your mother didn't get tested and she regretted it at the end, and that's the concern I have.
Okay, I'll think it over and I'll go see a genetic counselor.
Sounds good.
Welcome, Ruby.
Nice to meet you, Dr. James.
Nice to meet you. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine. My father wants me to get my genome sequenced because my mother died from Huntington's disease. I personally don't think I should get it sequenced because I'd rather not know if I am a carrier of this mutation.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your mom. But your dad is right. The Huntington disease, it's a very serious disease, and I think you need to have some information about it to help you on your decision making. Huntington disease is a progressive brain disorder, and it causes uncontrollable movements in patients and then some emotional problems. They also lead to loss of thinking and cognition abilities. Adult onset Huntington disease usually is found in people from their 30s and the 40s.
Okay. And how common is this disease?
Well, it's very common in the people of European ancestry. Actually, estimated 3 to 7 people per 100,000 people has Huntington disease.
And what are the signs and symptoms of Huntington?
Some of the signs of the symptoms is depression. It causes irritability. It causes small involuntary movements, poor coordination. Sometimes it causes bowel movement, trouble learning new information, new skills. And it also changes your personality altogether. So this is actually a very bad sickness to have.
Okay, and is there any cure? What can I do?
I'm sorry, currently there is no cure for Huntington disease. Doctors, all they can do is prescribe some medicines for people to help with the emotional and then the physical movements on the people's body. Whereas now there's no drugs that can either stop it or reverse it.
Okay.
Yes. So I strongly recommend that you take your father's advice and get your genome sequence. If you don't have it, then it's nothing to worry about. If you have it, you know what to change in your daily activities to be able to prevent an early onset of it.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you very much. And I'll refer you to Dr. Bell, one of my close associates, and he can be able to help you sequence your genomes.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Welcome back, Ruby. How have you been?
I've been good. How are you?
Okay, so I have your results, and the good news is your test came out negative. So you actually don't have the Huntington disease.
Thank goodness. I was wondering if you could go more in detail about Huntington's disease. I had a few questions. I know that Huntington's disease is caused by a mutation in the HTT gene, but could you go more in detail about that?
Sure, I can try my best to explain to you. Okay, so imagine this, right? It's a fragment of your chromosomal DNA. And this part right here is the HTT gene. And you know how the DNA is made up of nucleotides, A, T, G, and C. So at the end of your HTT gene, you have CAG. Basically, it's a sequence repeat. It's just CAG over and over again. For normal people, this gene only has about 10 to 35 of these repeats. But then for people with Huntington disease, the repeat is so long that it goes on for about 120 of them. And what happens when your gene, when the repeats are so long, is that it gets the instructions to make the Huntington proteins. The instructions to make these proteins become abnormally larger because you are getting longer instructions. So more instructions mean you just make more proteins. So now this protein becomes, like, let's say this large, and when it's so big, your body automatically attack it and cut it down into smaller pieces. So then now you have a whole bunch of Huntington genes, proteins that you don't want in your body. And what they do is they would come and accumulate in your nervous system. and that's the cause of, the disease. And also, this disease is a dominant disease. So what it means is that you get one allele from mom and one from dad. And basically, if your mom has it, right? And this one is a little h, this is small, and you know how you get one allele from your mom. So like, if it's dominant, even if you get a normal allele from your dad, you have one of these mutated allele, and that means that you get the disease. So chances of you getting disease when your parents are affected is much higher than when compared to a recessive disease. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.